Hello, everybody, and welcome to XTRA Dividends. This is a strategy where our returns are more than just dividends. Sometimes a lot more. And this is where we help people get started trading, showing the way to consistent profitability using options. Today, in our Get Started Trading series, I'm going to answer a question that I have been asked twice this past week and many times before that. The question is, what's your secret to picking options that give you such a high winning rate? 92% right now. So let's take a look at the secret. Well, there are no secrets. The reason I don't have any secrets is our idea is to help you trade, and we are about teaching you how to be successful and finding consistent profits on your own. So how do we find the stocks and options that give us this high probability of winning? So I've listed a few things here that we take a look at every week. And one of the first things is the criteria. You have to establish a set of criteria of the stocks that you're going to be looking for. And to find the stocks I use a number of different tools, spreadsheets, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. I use scanners. I'll tell you a little bit about where they're available, and then also use charts and seasonal tables. So those are some of the tools that are used to find the stocks. Let's talk a moment about criteria. So here's just a portion of the spreadsheet that I've built. And along the top here, you see some of the criteria that I put in. Obviously, I use the current date, and you have to put in the ticker symbol and the stock price, the expiration date, and those are the things that I put in. And what it calculates are some of these other things that I'm taking a look at here. So I put in the premium that particular strike on that particular expiration date would provide, and the break even from the price is listed here. So as it states, I'm looking for a minimum of a 10% break even. And as you see in the list that I'm showing you here, it's just about always 20% or more, sometimes 30%, sometimes 40%, sometimes it's right on the bubble. Another way to look at this break even from the price is that it's really the difference between the stock price and the strike price. So that means that the price has to drop 20%, whatever is listed here, it has to drop that amount before we're really interested in using that stock in this strategy. So in terms of the premium, always looking for a minimum of 2% of the strike. So the premium here has to be 2% of the strike price. And you see again here, most of the time it's more than that. And the greater the premium, the more we like it, right? So then from there, we calculate the annual return, which is based on the number of days to expiration. Usually I'm looking for days to expiration, as you see in the list here, between 95, 45 days. Sometimes I'll go out to 120, but I usually like fewer days than that. The annualized premium is listed here. This is, before we've actually put in the trade, is usually less than what the actual trade is, which you'll see later in this presentation, because that's a function of time. And we usually get out of these trades before the expiration date. That's what this is based on here. So that is what I start with. The trading platform usually provides some kind of a scanner. I use Thinkorswim, and it has a great scanner on it, but if you use a different trading platform, you'll probably find the scanners, and scanners are free online also. So here's one, FinViz, and man, this is a tremendous scanner. It has all kinds of different factors that you can input, and then it will give you a list of the companies that meet the criteria that you input here. You can see there's over 8,565 stocks listed here where there are no criteria inputted. So you can take a look at free scanners, You can take a look at scanners that are available on whatever brokerage company you use. And then there are some standalone. Many of you are familiar with Ryan Jones, Quantum Trading Technologies, and some of his products. This is a PDS trader, and this is one that I use all the time to help find the stock. So you can put in a set of criteria in your funnel here, choose the date, and you see here I have found 339 opportunities that meet my criteria. So from that is what I end up winnowing down, putting in the spreadsheet, and coming up with the final 3, 4, or 5 that I send to you out on signals each week. So those are the tools that I use. In terms of charts, we'll cover that more in depth. I've covered that in the past and at another time, but always looking for stocks that are trading somewhat off of their highs, so that we have that opportunity to get a better premium, and or there's an opportunity for them to reach a greater high, because that's what we need in order for our short puts to end up being profitable. And then I always look at the seasonality. There are different tools available on the web for seasonal trades, because you don't really want to put on one of the positions at a time when seasonally the stock goes down. So those are the things that the tools that I use to come up with the winning stocks and options. Let's take a look at our weekend update from there. And the things we'll look at today are the overall market, new trades. We'll evaluate our closed trades and take a look at the week ahead. So, this week, the Federal Reserve raised rates. Inflation is raging. The Russians continue ravaging Ukraine, and all major stock indexes had significant gains, with a tech-heavy NASDAQ gaining 8.2% this week. So can you figure that out? Well, I can't. We just can't know what's going to happen in the future. So how did that affect our strategy? Well, if you take a look at the open positions here, so we filled 3 new positions out of the 5, and that wouldn't have happened even though the market ended the week up. The first day, Monday the 14th, the market went down substantially, which is what is required to fill the positions the way that I usually price them. So we were filled in INTC, DDD, and AES. I believe these all to be pretty good positions, and the other 2 were not filled. So this is where we are in our open positions. Because we had several positions closed this week, we have room in our portfolio for adding some new ones, which we'll attempt to do in the coming week. So the positions that were closed this week were 3, and all of them closed profitably. And that was in large part because the market did go up on Friday. And so we were able to get out of all of them with at least a partial profit. And with what do we have? About 3, 6, 9 closed, 8 or 9 trades closed. So we're still at a winning percentage of 92%. So that's it for your weekend update for March 18, 2022. Remember, new signals come out on Monday morning after the open. If you don't have a subscription, you can get information on becoming a subscriber at GetStartedTrading.com. If you have questions or comments, you might note that I do have a new email address, jim@XTRADividends.com, jim@XTRADividends.com. If you're using the old one, I'm still using it also. So that's it for this week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Remember, have fun and be careful. Bye for now.